Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Emerald Finance Limited Q1 FY27 Results Conference Call hosted by Kirin Advisors Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on a touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand over the call to Mr. Karan Thakur from Kirin Advisors Private Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Kirin Advisors, I welcome you all to the Q1 FY27 earnings conference call of Emerald Finance Limited. We have with us the senior management of the company led by Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, Managing Director, Ms. Gurmeet Kaur, Chief Risk Officer, Mr. Kirin Agarwal, Head of Business Development, and Ms. Amanpreet Sodhi, Head EWA Sales. We will start with a brief opening remark, which will be followed by a Q&A session. I would like to hand over the call to Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, Managing Director. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our investors, analysts, stakeholders joining us today for the Q1 FY27 earnings conference call. Joining me on the call today are Ms. Gurmeet Kaur, Chief Risk Officer, Mr. Kirin Agarwal, Head Partnerships and Product Integration, and Ms. Amanpreet Sodhi, Head EWA Sales. On behalf of the management team, I sincerely thank all of you for taking the time to join us today. We are pleased to begin FY27 on a steady note, delivering healthy growth across all our key financial parameters other than the gold loan business. The quarter reflects the strength of our diversified business model, expanding partnership ecosystem, and our continuous focus on technology, innovation, and disciplined execution. This quarter, we have onboarded 32 new corporate organizations, further expanding our employee network and strengthening our employee financial wellness ecosystem. Our EWA platform continues to witness encouraging adoption with an average ticket size of 26,000. During the quarter, we have also entered into strategic alliance with Credla Financial Services Limited to introduce education loan solutions, and we have recently partnered with Asia Small Finance Bank to strengthen our gold loan offering. Coming to our financial performance, I am pleased to share that Q1 FY27 has been another decent quarter for Emerald Finance. On consolidated basis, our total income increased by 39.97 on year-on-year basis to 9.44 CR. While our net profit increased by 52.72 to 4.88 crores. Our diluted EPS has improved to 1.44 from 0.92 on a year-on-year basis. As we move further into FY27, we remain focused on strengthening our business fundamentals, expanding our corporate partnerships, enhancing our technology platform, and broadening our portfolio on financial solutions. We believe our diversified business model, disciplined execution, and customer-centric approach position us well to capitalize on the growing opportunities in India's financial services sector while continuing to create sustainable long-term value for all our stakeholders. We are also adding new programs and benefits to engage more of existing users and corporates and attract new corporates for our EWA program. Before I conclude, I would like to sincerely thank all our shareholders, lending partners, corporate clients, customers, and employees, and all our stakeholders for their continued trust and unwavering support. Their confidence continues to inspire us as we build a stronger, more resilient, and future-ready financial services platform. With that, I thank everyone once again for joining for today's call. And I request the moderator to open the floor for question and answer session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Devansh Chaju from Trinitra Asset Managers. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. So my first question was, over the last year, the company has diverted its lending portfolio. So looking ahead, what would be the ideal mix across the all portfolio products over the next few years?
See, our EVA business is continuing to grow as compared to other verticals. The last quarter, on a consolidated basis, the share of EVA was about 8%, and this quarter, it's almost crossed 10.5. So, our lending business is going on a steady place. We had about 12.5% growth in the last quarter. Although there was dip in our syndication business, primarily on account of fall in gold loan business, because RBI has put a lot of restrictions on the banks and other financial institutions who are into gold loan business. But we are taking steady measures to counter, make up for that loss of business. We're already tied up with EU Bank for further, for furthering our gold loan business. And we have planned to partner with at least one more partner in this quarter to strengthen the gold loan business. Plus, we have already started education loans. We did only about 1 crore last month, and I think this portfolio will increase. And we also continue to focus, our home loan lab and business loan portfolio is showing steady rise.
Okay, so understood. Next question is could you help us understanding how borrower behavior has evolved recently for us? Is the particular customer increasing their larger ticket size or tenure, or anything changes in the customer for us?
Come again, I couldn't understand the question. Can you repeat again?
My question is that from the borrower behavior, recently any changes are there? They are taking more particularly larger ticket sizes of loan, they are taking any more tenure from particular same customer only, existing customer.
You mean the change in the borrower behavior?
Yes, yes.
No, there's not any change in borrower behavior. We're not seeing any particular trend.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. A reminder to all the participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is the line of Onkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Sir, you may unmute your line. Due to no response, we move on to the next participant. The next question is from the line of Sashant from Emerald. Please go ahead. Mr. Sashant, you may unmute your line. Mr. Sashant, can you hear me? You may unmute your line, please. Participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and one. The next question is from the line of Rohitansh Arora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
Sir, when are you expected to launch the upcoming products?
Within this quarter. So we are actually working on the final testing of all the of a majority of products with the respective vendors. We expect to launch within a month.
All the products?
Not all, a few of them. So we are actually in touch with our various vendors for each of them. And this final compliance and technical integrations are on the way.
And are we going to distribute them through our app only?
Yes, app, portal, website. So there will be multiple distribution channels. Again, catering to not only our existing EVA customers, but the open market in general.
And are we looking to add more employees to distribute these products?
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't require this all API driven from our end. So the technology itself will take care of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ketan R. Cheda from an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for the opportunity. And
Hi, Mr.
thank you for the added disclosures that you have provided the AUM in this quarter's results presentation. Thank you for that. My question is with respect to this 125 crores AUM that you are showing. So is this purely MSME loans, or we are also providing some other loans through our own balance sheet?
No, these includes our own lending book plus the EVA clients.
Say again.
See, this includes the sum total of all the loans which were given. It is MSME, personal loans, and the under the EVA clients.
Okay, but this is
the sum total of all the loan book.
Correct, but then this is all on the books of our company. There is our AUM.
Yeah. These are not the managed ones. These are the books on our company, loans on our books.
Okay. So one more request with respect to this disclosure. If you can just go one step ahead, and maybe from the next quarter we can provide the breakup also of this AUM. That again helps us, because then we know that what segments are we lending.
That's already given. No? You can look at it from here only. Like after 125, so is the total book, and out of this 12.5 is from EVA.
Sorry. I'm not able to hear you very clearly. If you can come closer to the mic, please.
Is from 125 crore book. 12.5 crore is from EVA. And the rest is from the MSME book, MSME and personal loan book.
Right. So now when we talk about MSME and personal loan, if you could help with the breakup of these two.
See, majority is MSME, and I'll give the number that I have right now with me. Majority is MSME, and some of part of it is the personal loans.
Okay. And the gold loan is basically pure distribution, right?
Yeah, gold loan is a pure distribution business for us.
Okay. And we have seen our NPAs rising, you've given that data, and every data is basically higher than the previous one. So is there a concern because the NPAs are rising pretty fast?
No.
So the book's been rising at a steady rate. So we actually expected some NPA will come around, right? Plus it is much lower than what we provisioned for. It is almost 50% of what we have provisioned. Our provision sit at about 0.3% of the book, 0.3%. So the NPA is actually well below even our provision and what the market expects.
Gurmeet, can you please give the breakup? Gurmeet, are you there?
Yeah, Sanjay.
Yeah.
I think there's, as we look at the portfolio over the quarter, there's no concern. We are also growing our book. And from a percentage standpoint, this is not really concerning to us. So when we look at, for example, in our EVA, we have provision for about 3 lakhs for our 90 plus book. And the population that has that has reached the write-off window has been about 3 lakhs. So that particular amount is quite, within the permissible ranges that we have put for ourselves around the portfolio monitoring. And when it comes to the business loan and the personal loan, we have kind of provision for about 8 odd lakhs for 90 plus, and we have written off, over the quarter about 6 lakhs. Having said that, whatever that we had written off till end of March 2026, we had been able to recover another 4 lakhs from there. So even though we write off, our recovery rate is also, we continue to follow on recovery. There is the customers are contactable, and we are able to, through various permissible collection activities, we are able to get in touch with them and are also able to recover the money.
And this provisioning also include, provision what we have to provide as per RBI guidelines for standard assets also.
Yeah, there's standard provisioning as well, and which as per RBI for our layer of NBFC, we have to do a standard provisioning of about 0.25% of the portfolio. However, we take a little more prudent and conservative approach, and we provision at about 0.3.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Onkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Onkar.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask a question. As the early wage access business scale rapidly, the funding requirement for salary advances will increase significantly. What is General Finance long-term capital strategy for EVA product to support this growth while maintaining healthy returns? Are you planning to fund? Are you planning to capital
Capital raise, you meant to say?
What is your capital strategy for EVA product?
See, we already, the current net worth is around 90 CR. Against that, we have debt of 27 crores. Out of that, 27 crores, almost 16 crores is from banks, State Bank, and we have just announced also that we have got 10 crore line from ICICI Bank, and the rest is from NBFCs. So we got a huge leeway. Even is to, let's say what we call 1:1 debt equity ratio, we can easily raise about 63 crores as on date. And we continue to in touch with a couple of more banks and financial institutions for raising debt.
Okay.
From the almost 55, yeah.
Can we think of asset-light co-lending model with the banks and financial institutions?
Come again, I couldn't understand what you're saying.
For the EVA product, can we plan co-lending business model?
No. We don't want to go. No. We don't want to, because we're not short of funds, no? See, we got a net worth of 90 crores, we got a huge leeway with us. Against that, outstanding debt is only 27 crores. So even if we want 63 crores more, our debt equity ratio will be very manageable at 1:1 ratio. As per RBI, we can go to 1:7 ratio.
Yeah. Sanjay, if I may add here, co-lending is a wonderful arrangement, provided it is more on an interest-bearing, installment loan, which can be business loan, personal loan, or any secured commodity. But since EVA is a product where we do not charge any rate of interest, and the customer only pays us a disbursement fee, this is something which may not be permissible to the banks by RBI.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harshit Singhania from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Mr. Singhania.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on a great set of results. So I just wanted to ask, I think I'm new to the company, so I read the last call. So have you guided for like EPS of 7 for this year? Is that correct? Approximately,
Yeah.
not a guidance,
Yeah.
but a direction guidance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do we think we will be on line with it as the quarters go ahead? Because I think that is around a per quarter EPS of 1.75 or so. And right now we did 1.33, 1.4.
1.44. See, first quarter is normally, in the whole financial service business, normally very slow. I think growth momentum should pick up in the next quarter, and, we stand by the guidance of 7. I think we should be able to reach around that. We have done back and forth calculation. I think we should be able to reach over there.
Great. And I just wanted to ask,
If you look at this past history also, look at it, we have grown from 1.33 to 2.57 to 4.33 last year. While managing our books pretty well, get the delinquencies pretty well.
Okay, that's great.
And first quarter is normally, across all banks and NBFCs, first quarter is normally very slow as compared to the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Okay, and on the EVA side, I think I just saw your last PPT. So EVA has been growing consistently from 2 to 8% in FY26. So, and where do we see the portfolio contribution from EVA at stabilizing around?
So I think in terms of revenue, earlier our expectation was that EVA would flatten around 10% of the consolidated revenue, but this quarter we exceeded that. So now as per our projection, it should stabilize somewhere about 13-14%. Assuming that the distribution business continues to grow and both the other businesses continue to grow at the pace they have been growing at.
Okay, and I can see that we have been growing, we have posted very strong growth for the last few years. Do we see that, how do we see that trend going forward for medium to long term?
So going forward, I think our PAT has been for the last 2-3 years growing around 90 or 100% CAGR. This should stabilize to somewhere about 40-50% in the next 2 to 3 years. As the scale and the base increases, 40-50% CAGR should be a healthy growth for the company. Considering our PAT margins are more or less now stabilized about 50-51%. As the company levels up, our interest cost will go up. They will bringing down the PAT margin to about 40-45% for the next 5 years.
Okay, that's great. I think that's it from my side, and congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit from Zen Nivesh. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question. Sir, in our presentation, we have clearly shared that there are 3 line items. One is the distribution income, the other is interest income, and the third one is EWA processing fee income. Now, if I look at the interest income, is it fair to say if this primarily consists of only the MSME working capital loan primarily, or there are something else also?
No, primarily that only.
So as of now, as we see, probably around 80% of our business is coming, or more than a little bit of 80%, is coming from distribution income and interest income. And EWA is less than 20%, or maybe around 15%, roughly.
No, 10%. Last quarter was around 10%, 10.5, I think.
Yeah. So do we see this materially changing 2-3 years down the line, or do we think that it will be more or less in the same range?
So I think EY, as I answered in the previous question as well, EY has actually grown beyond our expectations. Our expectations was that EY would not cross 10% of a constant revenue, but it managed to do so because our distribution income fell sharply this quarter. So again, going forward, given the steady growth in both of in the interest income and the property income, EY will stabilize anywhere between 12 to 15%.
Sure. So now my next question is related to EWA only, which is basically
when I see the competitive scenario, I see a lot of startups now entering this space in the last 3-4 years or 5 years, and they've scaled their EWA business rapidly. So how do we see that playing out in our case? What is our right to win here?
Sorry, this is a really, really good news for even us as well. That so many startups and fintechs are coming to this space. So we're actively on the lookout to partner with these in an LSP RE sort of a scenario. We've already done so with a couple of fintech platforms. We have not yet reported them to the exchange since the final MOUs are still outstanding. So this has two benefits for us. So one, they help in creating the market. अभी कल को मान लीजिए कोई स्टार्टअप आपका गुड़गांव में नोएडा में खुलता है, so they effectively tap their market first, right? So this spreads awareness that there's a product such as EVA or Wage, whatever, within the market, and so then we don't have to spend our capital for brand/product awareness. Secondly, none of these startups can lend on their own. They need to be an NBFC or a bank to lend. And this opens up a huge opportunity for us because then we can, enter into an LSP RE partnership with them, fund the customers of all of them. So what happens now here is effectively the front end is different for all of those, but the back end, the main company financing becomes the same, everything. So that's the goal we are going for. So this has been actually a new channel we have developed in the last quarter. We have been constantly on the lookout for such fintech startups, backwards, etc. Willing to do EVA to their own clients, to their own customers.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever fintech startups which have filed, I think there are at least 3 to 4 fintech startups who have either filed for IPO and their DRHP is there out in the open, or there are a few startups which have got listed also. In all these fintech startups, what I see is that they have a fully owned subsidiary which is also into NBFC and lending. So how do we then feature into these scheme of things? When the front end is also with them and back end they have large banks also, large NBFCs also, you also, and their own 100% subsidiary as well. So how do we feature in the larger scheme of things when they have so many options?
Correct. So I think I know which two NBFC some fintech are talking about, MoneyView and Refine. So both of them were.
I can give you names. MoneyView is one, Kist is another. The third one is Cable. All these have their own NBFC.
So I'll answer them one by one there. So again, all of them were there before we launched EVA. So I think MoneyView has been one of the pioneers. They acquired CP last year. So they've been one of the pioneers in EVA in India. Kist doesn't do EVA. Kist only does small ticket STPL and high ticket loans. And again, Stable Money is more into investment, some higher ticket lending. So these players have been there even before us, right? So again, we have to approach them. We know that they have NBFCs, some banks, and they have their own NBFC arms as well into subsidiaries. So this competition we've already known about. So any new startup /fintech coming to this space, we're constantly to partner with them.
So main competition, right now, earlier also was from Ziki, which is owned by MoneyView, and Refine. So basically 3 players are, into this, but there's a huge scope for, the 10 players come into this market. India is such a huge market, no? There's room for another 10, 15, 20 players, they can come into this market, and there'll be business for each one of us.
So just adding to that, we are literally taking this news last week. I think Mr. Rashneet Grover has just opened a fintech fund my staff, wherein they act as guarantors to employers, to banks or again some employee loan, something like that. So I think we're just exploring, maybe reaching out to them as well for an LSP RE partnership.
Got it. Thank you so much, sir. That was all from my side, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Binoy Bhatt from Hydra Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah.
Hello. Sir, just we talked about some new product coming. Is it possible to throw some light on that, or it's still under construction?
I'll tell Amit to pick up this question. Okay.
Hi, I'm Mr. Benoit. So
Hi.
in terms of the new products, these are primarily crosses we've been working on. So I think within the presentation, also in the upcoming slide we have given. So currently we are in advanced stages to integrate digital gold, silver loans. So we are already doing, in addition to that, small ticket SIPs, pocket insurance. So we are actually in touch with the vendors. We are just on the final integration steps, final technical integration all the way.
Okay. Good to know that. Perfect. That's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Biboy Halan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening, sir. So my first question is, what was the total number of gold loan that we distributed in Q1 versus Q4?
We got 290 versus 375.
290 versus 325?
375. In Q4, we distributed about 375 plus. Last quarter was about 290 crores.
And what is the approximate distribution fees that we get from the bank on these loans?
It depends on bank to bank. Like from HDFC, we get 1.25. From ICICI, on an average, we get 0.75. And from RBL, about 1%.
Okay. So on an average, can I...
On an average, you can say 1% or 0.9%, depending on which particular business the bank we are doing more business in that particular quarter.
Okay. And how is the Q2 looking like? We are already into 1 month in Q2. How is the Q2 looking like?
Almost stable as the Q1. So there won't be jump, what we had in Q4. RBI is quite tight on these gold loan lending business. So the only way we can increase the number of partnerships. We already tied up with AU Bank and we are exploring a partnership with at least one more bank.
Okay.
And we have started education loans also. This is also a new field. Not many DSS are there. We already run 1 crore of business last month.
Got it. And then the next question, sir. We have onboarded 32 corporates in the last quarter. Do we see this number to be stable going forward, or will it increase or decrease from here?
I'd like to take Aman to take this call.
Good evening, sir.
Hi,
So we'll be definitely adding on more corporates because we are going forward for certain more tie-ups. We have onboarded a lot of corporate channel partners to generate more business. We are tying up with various trainers who are into corporate trading sectors. So we'll be definitely adding on to expand the business.
Okay. So just give me one number. We have said that now our monthly run rate is 26 crores, right? On EVA.
Yes.
Including the disbursals and distribution, right?
Yeah.
So can you give me a breakup in this 26 crore? How much is disbursal and how much is distribution?
So our disbursement for the EVA was 12.5 crores and for the cross sale was 13.5 crores per month.
And what was the split? And what was the split in the Q4?
Yes, sir. I think 10 crores and 12 crores.
10 crores and 12 crores. And how do we see this run rate going forward?
Hello.
And how do we see this run rate going forward? Can we assume a 20% growth quarter on quarter on this on the monthly run rate?
I think so. See, we are now talking to a lot of big clients also. Earlier there was small sector with a client base or employee base of 1,000 or 1,000. Earlier the biggest client was 1,500 base. Now last month we onboarded one client who has 11,000 employees. And out of that, they have just given us list of 1,000 only of one particular plant where it has 1,000 employees. So even if the, entire all set of 7 plants to us, that itself will be 11,000 clients with that one particular client. It's a BSE listed company.
Okay. Okay. Sir, my next question is like, in the last quarter, you had given a guidance of EPS of 7, right?
Yeah.
For the current year.
Yeah.
Now, to do the EPS of 7, we need to do a 66% PAT growth year-on-year, assuming there is no equity dilution, right, in the current year.
Yeah.
Now,
so one thing I like to say is we're not going for equity dilution right now. Not planning any plans as of May for equity dilution.
Yeah. So assuming we hold this plan for the rest of the year, we'll have to grow our PAT. We'll have to grow our PAT by 66% in order to move to EPS of 7. Now in this quarter, we have grown our PAT by, I think, approximately 55%, 56%, which is lesser than the full year guidance. Obviously.
First quarter is always lower than the compared to the rest of the quarters.
No, that's okay. But sir, on the growth piece, the growth का run rate तो कम हो गया ना in quarter 1 versus the full year guidance. So we will have
full year guidance मतलब कर लेंगे. I think हमारा हमारा वो ना काफी अच्छी अब और corporate type. I cannot say everything right now. Once we have a full tie-up, we have talked with a couple of large corporates. उनसे हमारा cross sell और इवा में काफी अच्छा jump आना चाहिए.
Okay.
अभी जैसे मैं 11,000 एम्प्लॉइज का आपको एक ही कॉर्पोरेट बता रहा हूँ. अभी उनके सिर्फ 1,000 क्लाइंट्स उन्होंने हमें एम्प्लॉइज का डेटाबेस दिया ऑफ ओनली वन पर्टिकुलर प्लांट. There are 6 plants are there, where 10,000 employees are there. Besides that, also we are in touch with couple of large corporates, which are work in progress. Till we get on this thing, we cannot say about that. But I think we should be able to, जो हमने 7 का guidance दिया, we should be able to match that.
Okay. And sir, what is our
coming year gold loan business pick करना चाहिए. Like I've talked to a lot of bankers. They said I think इस quarter में नहीं चलेगा, तो third, fourth quarter they should pick up. Government should relax certain norms.
Okay. So are we? So what is our vision? Let's say for the next 3 years, because on the EVA piece, if the market is so huge, then and we had earlier thought of scaling it up much faster. Now what is holding us back? Adding only some 30 corporates quarter on quarter. In my view, we should have been doing 100% growth year on year, and or maybe 40% growth quarter on quarter. Is there anything that is holding us back if the market is so huge?
I'll just answer this. The market is huge, but we are one in listed NBFC, so we have to evaluate risk on a corporate level, while onboarding them. So just to give you a perspective, 32 corporates we onboarded, but we evaluated almost 64 of them. Our rejection rating even is at about 50-55%. This has been primarily because of the economic and macro conditions in the last about 5 to 6 months. We've seen a very high rise in DPD, a very high rise in NPA, a very high rise in check boxes in banking. Our compliance does not allow us to go ahead in case of any of these checks, failure of checks within, bills evaluating the corporate for EVA. 1. 2, even in terms of disbursements, we have been going ahead with very tight limits to corporates. Just evaluating the risk there.
Okay. Got it.
So we are going on a slow and steady place, just like Salin said. Just there was one particular client, and it's a NSE listed company. They were asking for 2 crore limit, and we gave them only 50 lakhs limit. हम लोग को सारी चीज देखकर चलना है. एक तो जैसे मार्केट सिनारियो है, we don't want to go overboard. धीरे धीरे करके अगर हम 10-15% ऐसे ग्रो करते रहें Q on Q basis के ऊपर, I think we should be able to meet our projections. Plus, as I said, we have touch with now pretty large corporates. Hopefully, they should click or एकदम उससे jump आना चाहिए. But that is subject to we are final we are able to onboard those corporates.
Sir, my only suggestion is that we are right in our thought that yes, we should grow with the guardrails of risk, right? but we should not be underthinking that we should be slow and steady, because there might be other players in the market who will end up capturing the market and we might be left behind. So if we see the risk, then we should put in place in systems so that we can guardrail those risks. But I don't think we should compromise the growth if the growth is in front of us. But if the growth is in front of us and if anybody is asking for that kind of money, and if we see the risk, then I think we should put in place in systems. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult, right, to not, because we all investors are hungry for growth, right? So my only request is that, because earlier you had given a guidance of doing about 32 to 40 crores for FY26, and we are far behind versus the target. Sorry to say this. So I'm just saying that if we can basically put in place both growth and the risk, right, and not one over the other, that would help in meeting what the investors are also looking like.
Sir, I completely understand with you. But sir, I mean, I understand that there is a business of, we are in a risk-taking business. But again, the company has been growing at a healthy rate at least. I mean, the PAT has been growing by almost 80% Y-on-Y. And again, sir, coming to your question there, company को 2 crore मांगे, हमने 50 ही दिया, we should have more risk from our side to maybe lend more. And sir, आप बैंक में, I'll just take an example of a bank here. कोई normal एक MSME बैंक का 1000 crore मांगने जाती है, but given the risk condition, the bank can only lend 100 crore. So the bank will go away only 100 crore. बैंक ये नहीं कहेगा कि मेरे को growth दिखानी है, मैं 1000 crore दे देता हूँ. Put risk aside. So again, I think another challenge which we get, which maybe a normal startup or a fintech doesn't get is, so we are listed NBFC. मैंने एक quarter में गलती से भी loss दिखाया या फिर a decline in profit दिखाया, my share will get battered, literally battered. This is not the case with a fintech or a startup. They don't care about financials. So we are actually trying to balance this with customer value with shareholder value. And I think delivering a PAT growth of almost 10 to 12% Q1Q or 80% Y-on-Y, great.
नहीं बट एक और चीज है, हमारा 26 crores का हमारा वो देखिए वो फिर भी डिसबर्समेंट हो गया है. See, direct and indirect हमारा 26 crores का मंथली रन रेट आना शुरू हो गया है from EVA business.
Right. And what is
हम लोग जीरो पे शुरू, आज से 2 साल पहले हम जीरो पे शुरू हुए थे. आज की डेट के ऊपर हम 26 crore का month on month इसके ऊपर स्टार्ट हो गए हैं, and this will continue with number to grow.
Right.
And एक हमें एक दो बड़े क्लिक करने की बात, अगर एक तो click corporates able to click, then we'll are able to penetrate even much larger other corporates.
And Talin, what is this number that we are looking by March 27 of this 26 crore run rate that we are having right now?
Sir, honestly, we cannot comment on that because if you see, almost 50% of it is made of distribution income. अभी distribution income कैसे play out करेगी, especially given the RBI tightening of a lot of laws. We actually in our side also we haven't taken any internal number. We are just endeavoring to grow Q1Q on both the disbursement and distribution.
Okay. See, main idea is to कहते अपना onboard more and more corporates and risk parameters हम अपने tight रखें. We have to be very careful on that part of the thing.
Okay. And
I know we find I don't want to name is the other two competitors have a lot of delinquencies inside. We don't want to go that route.
Yeah.
Sir, I'll just on the top of that, I'll just ask you a question here. इस quarter हमने कितना PAT में growth किया है? How much percent have we grown in PAT this quarter?
Quarter 12.5.
हाँ जी. तो सर हमारी सर PAT की growth 12.5% की थी. If this was say -10%, would you still be invested in my stock?
But Talin, PAT growth is one, but the top line growth was negative quarter on quarter.
Yeah, that is majorly because of
so that is also a business model. See, distribution business is not in your hand, right? Because if there is an underlying growth in the business, then only distribution will happen.
True.
In the business model.
To agree with you.
The growth
see, main idea is to onboard more and more corporates. focus is to
That's what
add
I'm
more
also
and more
saying
corporate.
is that now we have become steady like quarter.
Come again?
Matlab one year back, we were looking like that this run rate will increase per quarter. Matlab it will not become like a steady state 30 corporates per quarter. It will be like we will keep on increasing per quarter.
No, it's not a question of number of more than the quarter, it's the number of employees are onboarding. Now we are starting major corporates are जैसे इसी company हमने just onboard किया, उसके 11,000 employees हैं. पहले काम 3-4 institution में लोग 3-4 employees onboard करते थे और now single corporate is 11,000, but हमने books में सिर्फ 1,000 ही लिए हैं अभी, 10,000 are still pending. So we are approaching more and more corporates like this, इनके big ticket, a fairly large number of employees हैं.
And Sanjay, can I just add here?
Yeah.
I think it's very important for us to understand that now we are at a stage when strategically we are in a position to approach the bigger corporate. Given that now we have a history of providing EVA products to a set of corporates. That sets an example and also the trust factor in the market. And that is what is opening doors to diverse corporates now, which can be leveraged. And this is now the time that is what is being leveraged, which will then result in de-risking because we are going to be having a broad base of employees across corporates, and at the same time also give us a leeway in our growth.
Mr. Bibor Halan, sir, I would request you to rejoin the queue for a follow-up question. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all participants, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. If you have a follow-up question, we would request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Dia Jain from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, so just 2 questions.
Hi, Dia.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah.
So what AUM growth are we targeting for FY27 and also the credit cost numbers?
And our average borrowing cost right now is about 12%. For NBFCs normally come around 14%. And from SBI is also around 10.5. We already given enhancement proposal to SBI. It's under process. And we are approaching 1 or 2 more banks also for borrowing. Right now, our borrowing is around 27 CR as of 30th of June. And, we can easily borrow 63 CR more. Then also the debt equity ratio will come to 1:1 basis only.
And the AUM growth, sir?
See, at least, we're at right now 125 CR as on 30th of June. We looking at a steady AUM growth. So, but leave it to काफी है ना for both the growth at EVA business as well as your MSME business without even further dilution.
Okay, sir. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Divesh Rathi from Capital Zen Partner. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah. Sir, इस बार जो अपने expenses हैं, employee benefit expenses, depreciation, इसमें substantial reduction है. Last time, जैसे पिछले March quarter से भी देखे तो 1.5 CR से 93 lakhs ही रह गया है. Employee benefit expenses ये last year से भी reduce हुआ है 1.2 CR से 94 lakhs. तो ये इसका क्या रीजन है?
हमारे जो इंसेंटिव उसमें गोल्ड लोन बिजनेस कम होने का वी पाई इंसेंटिव्स टू द एम्प्लॉइज वो ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाता है. सी बेस सैलरी इट्स अ बेस सैलरी प्लस इंसेंटिव्स. जब वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का बिजनेस कम होता है तो सैलरीज और कमीशन कम हो जाता है, ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाती है जी.
ओके, बट डेप्रिसिएशन और अदर एक्सपेंडिचर भी सब्सटेंशियली रिड्यूस हुआ है, तो इसका क्या रीजन हुआ? डेप्रिसिएशन भी 17 लाख का मार्क है, इस बार 7 लाख ही आ रहा है.
हाँ, ईयर एंड पे उसका आता है. डेप्रिसिएशन आई एम नॉट श्योर, आई हैव टू चेक विद माय ऑडिटर्स. और जो देयर इज मोर ऑफ टाइटनिंग एक्सपेंसेस एंड मेन सैलरी डिक्रीज एंड अदर उसमें हमारे कमीशंस भी कम गया है ना उसके अंदर, इसका एक्सपेंडिचर भी कम हुआ है.
Okay.
जो gold loan business होता है, almost 40% goes into either employees or to the sub DSAs. तो वो business कम होने के कारण तो वो कम हो जाता है. Plus it's more of direct sourcing of business. जो हम ईवा से sourcing करते हैं उसमें commission pay करने की जरूरत नहीं है. जो ईवा clients को हम लोग pay करते हैं, there is no commission we have to pay to any outsider or inside employees.
Okay. ईवा business में नहीं है.
वो उसमें direct सीधा bottom line पे हमारा impact आता है.
Correct. So gold loan business जो अपना reduce हुआ है, ये are we expecting it to bounce back during the year या हम अभी इस साल का growth कौन से segment में सोच रहे हैं?
Not from at least from the third quarter. I have spoken to a lot of banks, both HDFC, ICICI, and a couple of more banks. So all the banks are looking at their norms. I think third या fourth quarter से अब swing आना शुरू होगा.
Third या fourth quarter से. तो इस साल
they are reworking on their policies. Sorry.
इस साल की जो ग्रोथ आनी चाहिए वो कौन से सेगमेंट से आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि अच्छी ग्रोथ आएगी?
हम लोग गोल्ड लोन पे अगर देखें तो ऑलरेडी टाइड अप विद बैंक, उसका बिजनेस इनफैक्ट इस क्वार्टर से आना शुरू हो जाएगा. प्लस वी आर टॉकिंग एटलीस्ट वन मोर बैंक वी शुड ऑन बोर्ड दिस क्वार्टर. प्लस वी हैव स्टार्टेड एजुकेशन लोन एंड हमारा होम लोन और मॉर्गेज लोन का देयर इज अ स्विंग इन दैट. दैट्स द पर्सनल लोन बिजनेस. So there's a downswing in the gold loan business, but the other 3-4 segments are doing pretty decent. Plus हम लोग MS से भी growth अच्छा रहेगा इस साल. Plus अपना ईवा में of course is expected substantial improvement है this year.
Okay, मतलब बाकी के segments हम अच्छे grow करेंगे इसमें.
हाँ, see ईवा में ना हम लोग बड़े corporates के साथ बात कर रहे हैं. I think अगर एक दो भी I cannot say right now at this stage, we were able to onboard in this particular quarter 1 or 2 major corporates. उसमें बहुत अच्छा मेरे से हमारा अपस्विंग आना चाहिए.
Okay. Is there any target for the number of companies that we want to onboard or the number of employees? Anything we have in mind for the next 1 year or next couple of years?
See, there's no upward target like that. So we are in touch with, we have a network of sub-agents pan India plus our own direct team. So there's no upper target कि हमें इतने max इतने करने हैं. There's no upper limit on that.
Okay.
The only thing is, we want to onboard good quality corporates.
Okay. And what would be the number of active companies as on 30th June?
Number of active companies? Roughly 210.
210. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Binoy Bhatt from Hydra Capital. Please go ahead.
हेलो सर. सर एक चीज समझना था कि टोटल एम्प्लॉय हमारे साथ कितने रजिस्टर्ड हुए जिसमें से 5050 हर मंथ यूज कर रहा है, ऐसा डेटा है ना अभी?
40,000.
सॉरी 40,000. वॉइस इज नॉट क्लियर.
40,000 एम्प्लॉइज.
अच्छा, टोटल 40,000 है. सो लाइक एंड अभी जो आपने बताया कॉर्पोरेट का 11,000 एम्प्लॉइज है.
यस.
वो आप 1,000 एक्टिव अभी आपने किया है बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रोसेस इज पेंडिंग और वी आर जस्ट चेकिंग. सो लाइक इट कैन ग्रो 20% ऑन.
Yeah, actually that's a new corporate which we have onboarded who have the employee set of 11,000. So we have onboarded one of the unit's employee and we are in the process of onboarding rest of the plants as well.
Okay, so it's gonna happen. So like 20% rise वहाँ पे ही आ जाएगा.
Yes, it is all in pipeline and it will happen.
And just explain me that first, if a corporate is connected with you, what is the percentage rate उनका रहता है मतलब लोन लेने का, and then how speed is growing? Because previously I thought it was 10%, but when on a 40,000 employee, 5,000 is more than 10%, like almost 12% or something. Yeah. So can you explain those? What is the behavior like?
So on a portfolio level, it's always swung between about 10 and 13%.
Okay.
रहता है. In March we had a high of 15%, but now it's not about 12.5%. So घूमता रहता है उसके बीच में, depending on official needs.
अच्छा. And once a person takes the loan,
मतलब होता है ना, अगर कोई पेमेंट कर लेट हो रही है ना, कुछ होने के सामने एक दो कॉर्पोरेट पीछे बस भी किए हैं.
ओके.
जहाँ में पेमेंट लेट आती है ना, तो भी
हाँ.
The good thing is what this product is, we are constant touch with all the employees. तो हमें कुछ इश्यूज होते हैं ना कंपनी के अंदर प्राइस पे चल जाते हैं, कंपनी में इश्यू चल रहे हैं, तो वंस वी रिसीव द पेमेंट फ्रॉम दैट कंपनी.
No, sir, मैं ये थोड़ा समझना चाहता हूँ, अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस न्यू कंपनी ज्वाइंस 10,000 एम्प्लॉय आज ही ज्वाइन हो जाते हैं, तो व्हाट इज योर एक्सपीरियंस कि वो फर्स्ट 10% लेते हैं एंड देन हाउ, मतलब कैसे वो रिपीट होता है, लाइक दे कीप ऑन रिपीटिंग दोज पीपल जिसने दिया है और नए कैसे ऐड हो रहे हैं, सो वो परसेंटेज कैसे चलता है?
तो हमारा जो रिटेंशन रेट इज अबाउट 90%. तो कोई एक बार अगर कोई आज ले ले, जैसे 90% चांस विल अगेन टेक इन द फॉलोइंग मंथ एज वेल. So the real challenge is actually activating them once. Not to activate them once, we need to tap into the need of theirs. अगर कोई भी emergency है, कुछ भी आपको चाहिए, पैसा चाहिए, आप immediately दे दीजिए. So it effectively becomes a seasonal function as well. मार्च में हाई इसलिए आया था क्योंकि मार्च में कुछ चीज पे करनी थी लोगों ने. So people actually withdrew from here and pay the school fees. अभी कोई festive season नहीं है, कोई ऐसा वो नहीं है, तो अभी थोड़ा लो चल रहा है. But around Diwali, we normally see a decent high, about 100-200 bits. Yeah.
Mr. Binoy Bhatt, sir, I would request you to rejoin the queue for a follow-up question. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you to please limit your questions to 2 per participant. The next question is from the line of Kirin Chheda, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the follow-up opportunity. Sir, when I look at your consolidated P&L statement for the last financial year, that is FY26 versus FY25, and also Q1 of this year versus Q1 of last year, the fees and commission expenses have reduced significantly. Now, I think to one of the questions you explained that the commissions are clubbed under the employee benefit expenses. So could you explain then what are these fees and commission expenses in that case, and why are they going down?
Fee income, fee and commission expenses, what we pay to outsiders. So, and the salary, what we pay to employees is included in the salary.
Okay. So, but why is it going down?
Fee commission is what we pay to the outside sub DSAs, and whatever we pay to the employees, it comes under salary head.
Understood. So why is the fees commission going down on a year-on-year basis for the full year of FY26 versus FY25?
We are getting more and more direct business. Our employees are sourcing more and more direct business.
The corporates with whom you are tying up?
Yeah, and and the fee income में वही जाना होता है. एक बार it's a one-time cost. Let's say they introduce to us, ex-corporate for our syndication business. Next time we don't have to pay them, no? Then only to the employees, or doing a subsequent loans to them.
Okay. And in terms of the geographic distribution for your EVA employee base, could you just give a sense, like, is it concentrated in certain geography, like say, for example, north of India or south of India? Some sense you can give?
The major of the corporates are right now from North India, but we have done, funding corporates as far as Chennai, Calcutta, Pune, Bombay side.
But the concentration is in the north.
Yeah, major concentration is not, but if you look at in terms of distribution, we have done in, Chennai, we've done a very large, pretty decent, large company in Chennai this quarter.
Okay. Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sachin from Emerald. Please go ahead. Mr. Sachin, sir, you may unmute your line. Mr. Sachin, can you hear me? Due to no response, we move on to the next participant. The next question is from the line of Onkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
हेलो सर, मैंने देखा प्ले स्टोर पे अपने ऐप के जो डाउनलोड है वो बढ़ते हुए नहीं दिख रहे मुझे. कस्टमर एंगेजमेंट अपने ऐप पे कैसा है? और क्योंकि कस्टमर एंगेजमेंट जो है दैट कैन बी आवर बिगेस्ट मोड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम रिकरिंग रेवेन्यू पर्सपेक्टिव, इसलिए मैंने पूछा ये क्वेश्चन.
So coming to the app download, we have multiple channels through which customers reach out to us. We have web portals, mobile app, and WhatsApp. So all in all, सारे channels से मिला के it's a decent activity. Coming to the app portion of it, so app भी हमारा सिर्फ Android पे, it's not available on the iOS. Hence you would be seeing the relatively low download. Mainly जो WhatsApp भी बहुत transaction हो जाती है.
हम लोग को WhatsApp से काफी transactions हो रही हैं.
ओके, तो फिर
That's the easiest mode ना,
ऐप एंगेजमेंट बढ़ने के लिए आप क्या करने वाले हो?
Come again. I'll confuse please you.
हाँ, ऐप पे एंगेजमेंट बढ़ने के लिए आप कोई स्ट्रैटेजी यूज करने वाले हो क्या?
हाँ जी, वो तो चलती रहती है. It's a constant effort. As we use more cross-sell products, we hope the engagement to rise.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraints, we take that as the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Karan Thakur for closing comments.
Thank you for joining the call of Emerald Finance Limited. Should you have any queries, you can drop an email to research@kirinadvisors.com. Thank you for all joining the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.